All right, we're live. Here it goes. G5 Men, it's good to have you. How are you feeling? You good? Come on, throw me some fists out there if you got your camera on. Yeah, let me see that right there. That's awesome, man. You guys wired and alive. It's so good to see all of my friends on here. And I'm coming to you from Orlando, Ohio, out of my home, which is really, really a lot of fun. Hey, I want to give you a minute to get some paper and pen or get your smartphone ready or your iPad. I'm going to give you a lot of information tonight, and I think it will just absolutely transfer your life. I hope you're doing great. I hope your year is great. I hope your vision is clear. I'm very, very, men, I am very, very sensitive about your time because I know how busy you are. I know you're busy with work. I know you're busy with your families. I know you're busy with life and building dreams. And so what an honor to have it. It is so great to see you guys. And let me just say this, at some point in time, I would really love, I'm sorry, I was looking to see all my friends were on the call tonight because I love seeing your pictures come up and see your faces on the camera. To see your hunger just inspires me. But I'm serious about your time because I know how busy you are. So let's talk tonight about leaders and about men that really lead. And ladies, by the way, I'm so glad to have you on here. If you're listening, I think it's genius that you get on these calls and kind of hide. We need to come up with a mask so that you can just hide behind it and nobody will see it. But anyhow, I'm fired up about it. Let me tell you something I've noticed about leaders and men that really make a difference. And that is they put in a great foundation. They put in a great foundation. Now, I don't want to talk to you about this tonight, but what separates you from everybody else on this call, everybody in your family, everybody at work, everybody that does what you do, what separates you from them is your picture of tomorrow, of your vision of your life, of your vision of your day, of your vision of minute by minute in your day, how you're going to make it count. I really believe in our lives, man, if we build with a vision of what could be and what will be of 3 generations, it will make us behave and act and build so differently right now. If you think what you're doing is just going to end when you are gone, I think you're living the wrong dream. I think you need to be thinking about impacting at least 3 generations. I think your children's children's children should talk about your life and about the difference you make. I don't believe this will ever be possible, man, if we don't put in the proper foundation. You cannot build a 10,000 square foot house on a 1,500 square foot foundation. You can't even build a 20,000 square foot house on a 10,000 square foot foundation. The foundations of your life are critical for your life. You've got to have this sense of, you know what? In the qualities of a leader that have foundational truths in their lives, you're going to find one of these qualities is humility. There's just a sense of humility. You have the right understanding of who you are before God and with men. We're going to talk about this tonight because this will probably be a 2-part. I'm just giving you a heads up. This is probably going to be a 2-part study because I want to make sure that we are done at 9:30 in your world. Authenticity is so critical in your foundation. That means you are going to be comfortable in your own skin. I don't think anything that kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies more is than when I get around a leader or get around a man that doesn't really have an authenticity about himself. He doesn't really know who he is. It's almost like he walks in a sense of guilt and shame, and there's almost a backing away instead of coming forwards in his life. We'll talk a lot more about that, but man, I love it when they have this comfortableness in their skin. The next thing is this calling has to be in your foundation. You have to know in your life that there is a purpose that's greater than yourself. So humility, Humility doesn't mean I think less of myself. It just means I think of myself less. And so what you've got to do in your life is get this humility, this authenticity, and this calling. And I think the other thing you're going to find is these leaders are constantly growing and stretching and becoming. Now, let me just punch pause for a second, can I, leaders? And I want you to write this down. This is going to make you feel very uncomfortable, and it's probably going to cause conflict. When you start growing and you start thinking differently, process differently, you're going to be amazed at how people around you that are not growing, it will honestly cause tension, and a lot of people you won't feel comfortable being around anymore. And I think this is a very weird place to be as a leader, because it's like I don't have any place where I belong. I'm not quite where I need to be to fit in my world where I'm comfortable in this environment. And yet I don't really feel comfortable going back. So there's a sense here that you are honestly, you feel alone. You feel alone in your life. You feel alone in your home. You feel alone in your decisions. And as a leader, I just want you to know you've got to keep growing. And because growing leaders and growing men, do you know what they do? They're hungry, and that makes them stretch. You see, what you know right now is keeping you from knowing what you need to know. What you're so certain about right now is keeping you from knowing what you need to get to the next level. That's why I beg you to get a mentor, get in a mentorship program. It's why I will ask you very, very upfront, men, I'm asking you for a year of your life. Because in a year of your life, if you will join me on this monthly call, and if you will just begin to put new information in you, you're going to find new opportunities, and you're going to find yourself in making decisions at a whole nother place. Tonight, I want to talk to you about decisions that you've really got to work on in your life. I've talked to you about this part before. Tonight, I want to really dive deep. I've talked to you about if you want to grow as a man, you've got to work on your identity. You have to answer the question, who am I? Who are you? Can you answer me immediately, who are you? This is very, very critical. I've been talking about this a lot lately because Pete Carroll, who coaches the Seattle Seahawks, they asked him, who are you? And he said, I'm a competitor. They said, what? Sure, you're a competitor. You coach professional football. You're in the NFL. You're certainly, he goes, no, you don't understand. I'm not only competitive on the field, I'm competitive in my home. I want to be the best man. I want to be the best father. I want to be the best husband. I want to be the best friend. I'm very competitive in my life. Who are you? What are you made up of? Those of you that know me well, some of you are brand new, you don't know this, but who am I? I'm a hope giver. No matter whether I'm honestly feeding a child that's really hungry, or encouraging a missionary, or help building a leader, or help building a team, or helping your performance go to a whole nother level, or writing a book, I can go on and on and on. Let me tell you, at the end of the day, I want to give you hope. By the way, I want to beg you tonight, man, do not, come on, don't get worried in well-doing. Do you hear me? I know you're tired. I know you've been battling. I know you don't feel respected. I know you don't feel loved and admired. I know you don't know who you are in a lot of ways. Do not get worried. Don't do it. Don't give up. Because in due season, we're going to sow some different seeds, and we're going to get a harvest that one day you will relish this moment. I promise you, you will go back and hug these moments more than any other moment in your life. Yeah. You say, Tim, why are you so emotional about this? Because I've been there so many times in my life where I felt alone. I felt discouraged. I felt like, what is the use? And I want to tell you, it's more important than you know. This is your moment. So I want you to step into it. Keep growing. Growing leaders that every day of their life, they're a little wiser than they were yesterday. A growing leader is somebody that never stops learning. They never stop reflecting, and they're not afraid Men, we're not afraid of change because we know growth depends on it. If I were sitting with you right now and you and I were having a Coke or a cup of coffee, I'm drinking a little energy drink tonight, I would ask you, just me and you, what are 5 areas in your life that needs to change right now? Where do you need to leave? What do you need to give up? What do you need to start brand new? What weakness in your life are you going to have to be careful of that it doesn't turn into a wicked way? Do you understand who you are? Have you allowed ego and arrogance to come into your heart? Is there a little bit of narcissism inside of you that you think you're right? And I just want to beg you, I'm not judging you. I'm just coming to you and saying, where is it right now that the friends that you're running with are not the friends that are going to be where you go in the future? We need to have small wins and small victories every day of our life. So listen, I want you to write this down. A leader that has the foundation in their life and they're growing, they are more concerned about getting better than they are about being perfect. So I want to encourage you to step in that. They're constantly looking to improve themselves and the people around him. There's a really good chance, men, that if you don't get better, your family's not going to get better. There's a really good chance, man, if you don't get better, the woman that you love in your life is not going to get better. There's a really good chance, man, that if you don't get better, your father's not going to get better. I'm asking you right now to step up and step out and determine right now that says, you know what? I'm going to be that person that I understand the areas that I need to grow in, and I'm going to get busy growing in that area. So what are the areas in your life that are essential to your success? We won't get through all of them tonight, but let me tell you this one right here. This is a central area in your life that is absolutely essential for your growth and for your becoming better. The first one is confidence. How confident are you? Notice I didn't say cocky. Notice I didn't say arrogant. Notice I didn't say when you walk in a room, you walk in with, I'm better than everybody else. I know more than everybody else. You actually have confidence in you because you know in whom you believe and you know what you believe. And because of that, it sends a spirit of humility inside of you and a hunger inside of you to grow. This is what I'm talking about. I got to tell you, in my life, confidence is really that feeling I think you get before you truly understand the situation you're in. I think all of us feel overconfident sometimes. But what I am talking to you about right now is great leaders are always confident in themselves. I think they're confident because they know their character. I'm going to move fast, so you may need to get this on the app, G5 Church app, and go to the men's. They're confident in their character. They know what their values and beliefs and core principles are in their lives. They know what their virtues are. They know they've been time tested. They also are confident in their decision because they have wisdom around them. Wise is he with many counselors. Are you making decisions on your own right now, or are you reaching out? I have a friend of mine, really dear friend of mine, and I probably every day get 2 or 3 texts that says, got a minute? Got a minute? Got a minute? And he means a minute. He's not calling me for an hour. He'll call me and say, hey, I'm getting ready to pull the trigger on this. Do you see something I don't see? Humility. But it breeds confidence. My heart is right. This is a part of confidence. Behavior. My behaviors do not demean me and fill me with guilt and shame and doubt. My focus is there. I'm faithful. Do you have these words? I want you to write them down and look at them every day. Are you a finisher? Are you all in? Do you get it done? Because these are all things that confidence are built out. Great leaders are confident in they're confident in their vision. They're confident in themselves. They're confident in the people around them. Oh, I got to stop. Are you confident in the people that are around you? Do you love them and do they love you? Are they loyal? Let me just tell you, predictable, dependable, and defendable. Predictable. I'm not talking about being boring, but are you predictable? Do your children know, no, my daddy would do that? Does your wife know I would do that? Do the people that you're leading right now know, no, he's predictable. This is what he's going to love people over profit. Now, he's not against profit, but he's going to love. Dependable, can I count on you? And defendable means when somebody comes to me and says, hey, did you know so-and-so did this? I go, no, I know you may think that, but that person is dependable. You can count on them, and they're defendable. So as you move forwards, the result of this is just amazing because, listen, a confident leader gives other people confidence. A confident father gives his children confidence. A confident husband gives his wife confidence. A confident friend gives his friends confidence. A confident leader gives his team confidence in their lives. I was in Russia, and we were providing the book of Mark to the Russian school system, and we were also giving Bibles away to the Russian military. And I love these missions. And I was at dinner with the #1 educator in all of Russia. And I asked him, in a communistic nation, have you started teaching free enterprise? Have you started teaching having a dream and working for that dream? Have you started teaching children about this yet? And he said something, men, that just riveted me. Here's what he said. We have teachers teaching new truths with old hearts. Has your heart been radically changed where you now, honestly, in your life, understand that I can be confident because I'm growing and I'm getting in environments and I'm creating environments that honestly help people to be confident, not paranoid, not followers, but real leaders. Leaders with humility, leaders with honor, leaders that are hungry, men and women and children that are hungry. Sometimes I think we think that leaders are just these people with great charisma. And we think the charisma is found in their personality. Actually, charisma defined is really how you make other people feel about themselves in your presence. If you make other people feel smaller, you don't really have charisma. But if you make people feel like they can do more and be more, there's a really great chance that you're a confident leader with charisma. Listen, confidence is more about this. At the core of confidence and at the core of charisma is confidence. Because you know deep in your heart you're not arrogant, you're not selfish, you're not self-centered, you're not argumentative. Do you know what? When you get confident, you will no longer feel the need to answer your critics. You will no longer feel the need to go and try to control the opinions of other people about you. You will no longer be insecure in your life about anything in your life because you know what you're made up of. I will never forget, Gay and I were traveling one day, like we travel almost every day. And I walked into a restaurant and I asked a lady if I could get a cup of ice. And the waitress, and she said, no, we don't do cup of ice. And I looked at her and I said, oh, I think it would be fine if you gave me a cup of ice. She goes, really? I said, yeah. Now listen, I'm not talking about being arrogant or manipulate people or being selfish or self-centered. But all this little girl needed was permission to do what was already in her heart. She felt better. I felt better. But can I tell you, that day I realized the power of confidence. You can do that. Isn't that amazing? Now, I go around in my life right now just trying to give people permission to do the right thing at the right time for the right reason in the right way. For people to do the right thing at the right time for the right reason in the right way. How many of you on this call with me tonight would say that in the last 7 days of your life, you may have seen some bad leadership? You may have seen some things that you went, oh my goodness, you got to be kidding me. Now I want to tell you, you got to believe in yourself. And it's got to be part of your identity. If you don't believe in you, there's a really good chance nobody else is going to believe in you. If you don't believe you can do the job, if you don't believe you're faithful, if you don't believe you're focused, if you don't believe in you, nobody's going to believe in you. Again, I'm going to keep reminding you on every step. That doesn't mean you're full of ego. It doesn't mean you're full of pride. It doesn't mean that you're overconfident in yourself. What it does mean, I believe that I'm going to do the right thing at the right time for the right reason in the right way. Watch what happens in your life. I can tell you, if you're a confident person, your sales are going to go through the roof. If you're a confident person, your recruiting is going to go through the roof. If you're a confident person, your ability to market your skills and abilities are going to go through the roof. Here's what I can tell you. Listen to me. This is critical right now. What I'm saying, this is really, really critical. Are you ready? Here it is. Some of you are growing so much, you're about to grow yourself out of your present environment. You're about to grow yourself out of your present friends. You're about to grow yourself out of your present situation. Do you know the most painful thing? On November 19th, I think it is, at G5 Ranch, we are doing a relationship seminar. It's a Friday night, and I want you, if you can, come and join us. We'll be doing a women's thing. The gay will be doing a women's thing the next night. I'll do a thing for men. And then I'd love for you to stay for Sunday morning. But can I tell you, I want to invite you. Because in your life right now, if you have confidence in your ability to lead relationships, if you have confidence in your ability to love and care and think about people in front of yourself, if you have that confidence that you're going to do the right thing at the right time, for the right reason, in the right way, this week, without anybody telling you you have to. Wow. It'll change everything. Now, can I tell you? Once you're confident, you truly know that you can help people. You know that you can add value to them. And you can look people right in the eye and know that your life and your words are going to be for their benefit, for their good, and help them get to a whole nother level because you know you're doing the right thing at the right time for the right reason. Here's what I can tell you. The number one confidence killer in people's lives is low self-esteem. You made decisions. You did things, but now you think that's who you are. Maybe you were abandoned as a child. Maybe you don't get along with the people around you. I don't know what's going on, but listen, you are valuable. You've got what it takes. And the more you learn and grow and prosper and make better decisions in your life, great decisions, tough decisions, are where confidence really rises to a whole nother level. I don't think you can rise any higher than how you value yourself. Even Scripture says, love your neighbor as yourself. A lot of us struggle with loving other people because we truly don't love ourselves. We don't love our staff. We don't love people around you. So you know what we do? We use them, we manipulate them for what I want, not for what they need. So I just want to encourage you. Confidence, you've got to have it in yourself. And the faster, listen, if you don't have confidence, the faster you will quit. The faster you'll stop. And I just want to applaud all of you that have been with me from the beginning on this men's call. And I'm going to applaud the rest of you that stay with me for the next year, because right now I can tell you, in your life, not every decision you make is going to be right. You won't always make right decisions. But the confident person makes the decision realizing they've done all the homework they can. And they have the confidence that they're going to make right whatever wrong decision they make. Wow. I want to encourage you today. Be confident. Be confident about who you are. The second thing is fear. Fear just robs people of becoming all they need to be, and it robs you of your confidence. And I just want to close tonight by telling you 5 fears that I know you've got to overcome. And I beg you, if you don't have the app, G5 Church app, go download it, please, and go get this conversation. Go get this collection. Do you know the number one reason people don't win the way they can or could? Do you know the number one reason you're not motivated the way you really can be motivated? We'll talk more about this next month. Is because of fear. Fear is the enemy. And whichever one you feed, faith or fear, whichever one you lean into more is going to be the thing that dominates your life. And so I just want to beg you tonight to get confident in these areas. So the first fear is the fear of rejection. I'm just so afraid that people are going to reject me. They're not going to like me. You can't live your life for the opinions of other people. You can't do it. You cannot allow the fear of other people in your life and what they think to dominate your life. The second fear is embarrassment. I'm so afraid I'm going to be embarrassed. I may not know the right thing to say. Don't worry about it. Don't let the fear of embarrassment rob you from the future. And you know, certainly in the series, if you go into it, I go into much deeper. The third fear is the fear of inadequacy. You know that fear that says, I'm not enough. That fear that says, I don't have what it takes. I'm not smart enough. I'm not the smartest person in the room. It was in the fourth grade that I realized that you don't have to be the smartest person in the world to lead something. The world is really full of really smart people that can't make a decision, and they won't lead. They allow fear of inadequacy and embarrassment and rejection to hold them back. I beg you to move on out of it, move through it. The fourth one, I hope you're doing all right tonight. The fourth fear tonight is the fear of comparison. Listen to me, man. If you want to destroy your children, just keep comparing them. Keep labeling them. Oh, this is my little nervous one. This is my little backwards one. This is my little shy one. This is my troublemaker. This is my problem. No. I want to introduce you to a child that's got energy and fire, and they're independent, and they're going to change the world. My child is so blessed with ADD, it's crazy. They're going to change the cotton picking world. I'm telling you right now, we got people labeling people that should never be labeled.
That's right.
And I'm begging you right now, my name is PT. I'm coming through this camera for you right now. If you keep allowing the word spoken over your life to keep ruling your life, I'm going to let the air out of your tires. I'm telling you right now, it ain't good. So I want to encourage you, this comparison thing. The one way to take something that is special and make it unspecial is to compare it. I'm going to beg you guys, you people that have been divorced, don't keep comparing the person you're dating or the person you're married now to the yesterday event. I'm going to beg you, if you've got employees that work for you, stop comparing to them that were failures. If you honestly are leading a volunteer team, stop comparing them to each other. Here's what the scripture says. The Bible says you're not wise to compare yourself one to another. Well, what do we compare ourselves to? There's one. There's one comparison. And I beg you to do it. The last one, and I'll close, is this fear of commitment. No, come on. I want to talk to you. Will you let me go 2 minutes longer? Listen. What is it right now that you should be committed to, that you made a commitment to, and you haven't stayed committed to? Now, there is something that is really real called a necessary ending. You need to close the chapter. And you need to step into your next commitment and learn from your last broken commitment. Now, guys, I'm begging you in the next 30 days, if you get on these calls and I make you feel good and you take notes and you don't move, we both are not investing our time wisely. I want to know 30 days from now, when we meet again, where are you going to be different than you are right now? Do you have confidence? When I was in Russia, they would tell the story about Yeltsin. And they were trying to overthrow him. And the military moved in. And Yeltsin walked out and walked up on a tank and opened the hinge and looked down in it and said, "Men, I want to say thank you for staying on my side." And all the military men talked after they left, and they said, "We're going to help him." Confidence. Are you confident right now that you're doing the right thing? Are you confident you're doing what you're doing at the right time and the right way for the right reason? Are you confident? Let me tell you, we're called into environments, and I close, to grow and stretch in that environment and become who we're supposed to become. And we're also called into environments where stretching needs to stretch, where the environment needs to stretch, where the company needs to stretch. And with love and grace and authenticity and humility and honor, we need to step up and do the right thing at the right time, for the right reason, in the right way to make that difference. I want to tell you one more time, date night, we call it. It's a relationship thing on November 19th. I want to invite you to come to G5, and we're going to have a blast. The next night on the 20th, Gay is going to do a thing for women, a talk for women, a women's meeting, and I'm going to do a men's meeting that night on leadership, and we're going to grow together. So guys, this is our moment. Thank you for your time tonight. If you're brand new, welcome. Welcome to G5 Men. Guys, let's go change the world. I've got to give you a challenge to close out. Will you really get serious about inviting 10 other men on this call? I want you to do it. Get confident about it. Next month, we'll finish this talk. Have a great night, Charge.